Does Cementation have a philosophy that they bring to the table when it comes to safety?
Yeah, so our philosophy is zero harm. Like at the end of the day, we want everybody leaving their shift to go home in, the same condition or even better that they arrived in. And, zero harm kind of became a buzz phrase over the years.
Yeah.
Right. And we really want to make sure we defined it. So kind of how we use it is if you have an injury or an illness at work that affects the quality of your life, and if you like to go skiing with your kids or run with a dog or whatever, if you can't do that because you got hurt at work, we haven't achieved our goals. So it's not that every injury is the most, the utmost focus. Injuries happen and we want injuries to be reported so treatment can take place and all that stuff. But ultimately, our biggest focus is to stop life-altering injuries and fatalities.
Yeah, and that, what's the method in your position? What is your method to instill that culture though in the workplace? Because it doesn't take much to lose that culture.
Yeah, so the culture is an interesting piece of it, and as much as we believe we have one particular culture at Cementation, and we try and drive that, it's that project superintendent or project manager, the person who's out managing that work and dealing with the crews and lining up the supervisors, they really own it. And we actually had a comment from an employee survey many, many years ago. And it said, whatever that project superintendent is driving the culture. And if it's good, that, congratulations. But if it's lacking, that's the company's fault, right? We haven't built and instilled our culture into that leader. And, leaders have followers and we need them to really understand how we want to operate.
What is it like in your environment? What is it like now? How to ask it? So Cementation is going on site. Is there an interaction with other operators as well, though, or do you sort of work in silos? I'm wondering about the crossover of cultures out when you're in an operating mine or in a developing mine.
Yeah, excellent question. When we go and work, we're working for a client or a mine owner, or maybe somebody that they've hired to manage their scope of work. And the mining industry, the mine owners, the cultures of the big major mining companies are very, very strong and aligned with ours in health and safety.
Right.
And we've been very fortunate to work with some big mining companies, and they truly raise the bar for us sometimes. And we learn from them. We're able, because we work around the world, we could take kind of the best pieces of different clients' programs and things like that and try and adopt them into our own. Getting that initial alignment when you're starting a project to make sure everybody understands what standards we're working to. We do a bit of a gap analysis usually. So if a mine owner has a particular standard or stance on one thing and we have a different one, we'll follow whichever one's more stringent. So do we make sure that we're working to the highest standard possible.